Podcast, and this is your friendly heatwave reminder that our fan is blowing in the background in case you can hear it. I know, it's our first summer with it for the fans. I kind of like I need to. Yeah, we're trying to figure it all out. That should be fine. Yeah, fine. Anyway, so today we have got a very exciting for you guys. So we're going to talk about CSR. Of course, is the Central Situation Room. It's a good time actually, because obviously with all the bloody soccer boys coming blah 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 car. Of course, they've got BAR and we've now got CSR. And we kept referring to that, didn't we? Yeah, throughout the season, whenever a goal was being put review, you know, we know it's a Central Situation Room, we kept saying, "Oh, we're going to CSR." Although CSR is more kinder than BAR, so. Stop antagonizing the soccer boys, George. Stop it. Bring it on, boys. Bring it on. Okay. So before this season began, it was announced that one of the rule changes being brought into PWHL this season was the removal of the coach's challenge, and instead all goals will be reviewable by the Central Situation Room. Now, at the time, I think we collectively just felt, what is going on here? Yeah. You know, because, you know, not many people, and I'm one of them, not many people trust the officiating in hockey now. So I remember saying, this means you're going to have to put a lot of trust in the officials, particularly when we get to the World Cup playoffs, because they would need to get these calls right. Because that could be the difference between somebody going home with the 3 points and someone maybe going home with nothing at all. So I kind of felt the three of us, we were all a bit like cautious in this change, because you better do it right. Yeah, because obviously officiating is one of the worst things in hockey. Every single game, somebody's always having a go at ref. I am guilty of having done that in my 17 years. We've all done it. I don't think you're a true hockey fan until you've shouted at the referee at least once in your life. No, you're not. No, it's part of the rite of passage. You're not a true hockey fan until you've shouted at the referee at least once, even if it's ever something stupid. Yeah. Right. So the lack of trust was really that we already had everything. Could have easily gotten worse if this goes wrong. Yeah. We actually did have 2 CSRs in our trip. Okay. We had Seattle's lone goal was put on a CSR, and then I think was it which of yours was it? Was their first or second? I think it was their first, because they called head spot, it was a high stick. Yeah, so one of New York's goals was also put on the CSR. So we have seen CSR in action on our trip back in March. Yeah. So we know what it's like, but it can feel like a lengthy process. Oh yeah. They need to really speed that up. So if you're in the Central Situation Room, you're supposed to have more camera angles than the broadcast ever did. That's what I keep saying the NHL was the Situation Room in Toronto. Yeah. So you've got more angles to look at than your standard broadcasting partners would. Why can you not then just make the call? Why does it have to take such a lengthy process? Yeah. That's my issue with CSR now, is it feels too lengthy. Yeah. I just feel like, why are we messing about with this? Why can you not just get the call done quickly? It just disrupts the flow. It reminds me a lot about how back in my days with the Major League Baseball, whenever they had challenges, it always took a really long time for to make the call, and it just adds on more time to the game clock. Pioneer League's not like that. Pioneer League, we use the balls and strikes system, so we use ABS, and it's very quickly, because immediately the charge gets made, and then and a few seconds later, you get the call, like, immediately. So I love the way that in the Premier League, the challenge system is more efficient than in any other sports league I've seen. And that's what I would want to see from CSR going forward. It's be more like Premier League. Just get the call done, snap quick. We can just get straight back to yeah. So how did you two feel about removing coach challenge? Because I had no problem with that. Oh really? Yeah, I had no problem with removing the coach's challenge, because most of the times coaches, they don't normally, particularly look at the NHL, they don't normally get the call right, and you know that costs you big, because every failed coach's challenge results in an automatic delay game penalty. Now in a league like the PWHL, where you've got the jailbreak rule in play, you really don't want to be giving up an easy power play like that to your opponent. You know, because jailbreak goals sting a lot more. So I kind of felt, and even in the Olympics this year, we saw Troy Ryan use a coach charge during Canada's game, and us three, it was their round robin games, and us three straight away, we knew he weren't going to win that, Troy. Now, no, I can't remember which what game it was, Duke and I. Well, I remember he did use one, because I think us three were a bit confused, like, oh, are we still allowed coach charge at the Olympics? Yeah. Even though it's not on his one, yeah. So, I remember all three of us collectively just said, no, Troy, wrong call, wrong call, wrong call. We knew there was no way that was going to overturn Troy. We knew. All three of us just completely went, no. Yeah, and it killed the momentum in that game for Canada, because I think they dropped that game. So it might have been the one against Oz. It might have been. Yeah, so coaches, they don't normally get it right all the time. It can be really frustrating, especially if you're in a tight game. Right? Or if you're like a goal down or 2 goals down, you really need to make a really good push in the third to get at least some for a footing back in the game, to try to come up with something rather than nothing. So I personally was never really a fan of coach charge, especially when it went to the punishment being a penalty, because I'm like, so I was perfectly fine for the PHL to get rid of the coach charge, and I don't typically use that much in the PHL. Not really. No, it's more every now and again. So really, it wouldn't have made much difference if it was gone or not beforehand. Yeah, but I just felt. I just kind of felt like it's going, because I just could do without having to deal with the strife of all that. Yeah, and it can. And sometimes when a call is very inconclusive, it can take forever and ever and ever. So we just rather would just let the professionals do it. Let CSR handle it. This is what they're trying to do. So forth. So I'm really pleased with it. And I kind of felt you saw the game flow improve a lot better this season than when you have a coach's charge. Because when a coach's charge happens, it always kind of then disrupts the play, but by going to CSR, it kind of felt that game flow. It still felt natural. He did have to like pause for a little moment to just, you know, clarify the decision of that or not. And I felt the efficiency was a lot more better than it was on the coach try system. Plus, it's not like we're not used to it now. So obviously when you have a major penalty, you immediately go straight to CSR to determine does it stick or do you downgrade it. So it's not like fans were already not familiar with the technology, because obviously we've been using CSR to determine if a major penalty should stand or not. So it's basically what it is. It's just basically checking to see did that puck actually cross the line, didn't it, or was there foul play? Yeah. And you know, you just gotta stand with that decision. I feel with CSR, you have to basically go with that decision regardless, even if you don't like it. So it's like Judge Judy. You respect my judgment, or we do a zippity-doo-dah for you. I always thought that was such a funny moment where literally the guy loses his case. He knows he's lost his case, but he just went, it's like, I'm not accepting that ruling. Then she's like, oh no, stop the end credits music. What did you say? We flew you in from Washington. We have a contract. Yep. Yeah, that is an iconic moment because he knows he's fucked. He knows he shouldn't have said it, but he's fucked now. He's got to basically just then take this grilling. Oh, there's so many brilliant just moments. I could roll top of my tongue right up. Oh wow, honestly love it. You know, her showing you are the same age. Oh bloody hell! Yep. Bloody hell! Yep. You are the exact same age as the show Judge Judy. How do you go about that, George? Go back to your points. Well, the point I was going to make is, I think fans are more inclined to accept the Royal CSR rather than Culture Challenge, because for CSR, it's basically that's it. The ruling is final. No, you cannot then try and then can we have a second opinion? Whereas in Culture Challenge, you kind of think, oh no, what were you playing at? Yeah, what were you playing at? I never also liked it. Do you remember when Culture Challenge meant you would lose your timeout? Yeah. Because when we were in when we first went to San Jose back in 2018, on the scoreboard they had a stat that said 1-TO, and I was like, what does that mean? And I had to explain to me that signifies how many times that team's got left. Because before, I can't remember when it was changed to delay game penalty, but before it was the penalty, but before the punishment in the actual was delay game penalty, the punishment used to be the team would lose their timeout. And I just thought that's a horrible punishment to make, because you can't. Because what if say these players are literally gassed? Are you really gonna force them to carry on playing just because they've not, because their coach made a stupid decision? Yeah. So, to be honest, I've never really been in favour of Culture Challenge, because I just think leave it to the professionals. We have got a team on standby in a situation room. If they think something's about, they'll ring it, sound the horn, and then we'll go to the situation room. Okay. So, yeah. So I personally did not have a problem with how it went down here. I felt that we saw a lot more efficiency in the calls, and the correct calls were being made. Whether you agree with them or not, I kind of felt the correct calls were being made through the use of CSR rather than through the coaches challenge. So I am all for keeping it as it is going forward. I think the CSR is a lot more better. Would we want to see it more in the other international competitions? I don't know, because that is a decision obviously for the IHF, because obviously the World Championships and Olympics are under the IHF. They would need to make that call, but if I was them, I'd say, well, it's working for the PWHL, why not maybe just do it for your tournaments, and just make it easier. Because we all knew in Milano Cortina, when Troy Wright went for it, and I remember at first, as I mentioned, we were all a bit taken aback, because I think, as I said, we weren't too sure if you could still have a culture challenge at the Olympics, because by that point we had just got comfortable as a trio. We just got comfortable to the CSR rule, so we weren't sure if it still cool or not. So we would take that first, and then immediately when we heard what it was charging for, the three of us just went no, Troy. In fact, let me see if I can look up which game it was. But I just remember all three of us collectively just went no, Troy, you're not getting that. That call's not going your way. That is not going your way, guys. No. So, yeah, I just felt. But that just shows how far I've come when I can spot that a call is not going to go a certain team's way. No way would you see me do I should have done that when I was a kid. Brothers. I'm not sure about 5 minutes. Let's have a look. No, I don't think I'll find it. Oh well, we'll try. But it was in one of Canada's group games that Canada did use it, and Orba straight away just went, "No, Troy, you are not winning that challenge. Nope, you are not winning that. You are not winning that challenge." We could tell straight away that goal was coming. So that call was not going to go your way. Okay, so just take it and do it. But ooh, do that. So I personally would not mind if you get rid of the coach child together, because I think it's just don't see the need it in sport anymore. I really don't. I just really don't. So I just feel maybe it's time to make a big change in that and just get rid of it. Ah, yeah. No, I have got it. It was in our game. It was. Find it now. It was in our group game against them, and he used the challenge against Kirsten Sims. Second period goal, and us 3 straight away. What? No, that's standing. Yeah, there we go. So it was during our group game. It was Kirsten Sims, she scored, and us 3 straight away knew that was a good goal, but Troy Wright used his challenge, and the 3 of us straight away like, that's standing. That is standing. Yeah, because we all knew that you did not have a case there, Troy, but you still were used to coach challenge anyway. So that, well, it just disrupted the game even further, especially how these two teams had literally played the night before. So it's like, come on, we really disrupted the flow of the game for this, but everyone can see that was a goal. It was a good goal. So come on. Yeah. So I wonder if he'll be reminded about that when Sarah said first place here. Oh yeah. Yes, because Kirsten Sims did end up getting drafted to TO. They were who TO took in the first round of the draft back in Detroit. Yep. No. So I personally did not mind in the end the change to CSR. Once we saw it in action a few times, I kind of thought this is actually more of a good thing rather than a hindrance. So I didn't really mind it in the end. But what about you two? What did you two make? Well, at the end of the day, it did its job. We got more calls being made, the correct calls, and I don't think it really hampered the game that much. It's just, I still feel though, I'm not sure how much I trust the officials though. Because how are they supposed to know when you're supposed to then make the call to go to CSR? Yeah. I do feel that it's a lot better. Do we need to have a third debate on should coach charge be removed from all international competitions or not? I know. Definitely needs to go from the AHL because they just take the piss. In the AHL, they literally do take the piss out of it, and we're just basically left sitting there thinking, it is 3 a.m. Can we please drop the fucking puck? Yeah. It's like, God's sake. Yeah. Sometimes even when the episode's conclusive all the soon, it's like just why should you bother? Why should you bother? So maybe we can use what we've done so far to start that debate on should it not be moved from all international competition on all levels, and you just go to a situation if you need to. Yeah, because they'll know what to do. Because obviously they've got the situation you've got a team of video experts who've got more camera angles than your standard telly broadcast does. So they can be able to know if it's right or not. So just let them do their jobs. If they spot something's wrong, they'll sound the horn, we just fix it. That's what we should be doing here. But I don't know. It would be a very interesting debate to have, lady. I'll just say that. It would be a very interesting debate to have if we were to then potentially look at maybe going to CSR or full time or not in all sports hockey. It would be very interesting to have a debate, but we'll see. But I'm going to kind of put up, I think you need to make sure that there's a full amount of trust in the officiating before you then switch to CSR full time in all levels. Because a lot of people, and I warn them, have no trust in the officiating. I've been in this game long enough now to smell out a crooked ref when I see one. I've been in this game too long, guys. Too long. I can smell it. I can smell it from a mile away. Or several thousand miles away, given our differences. We're separated by the oceans. So there you go. I can smell. I can tell when something's not right, like official. I can tell. Oh god, even when I've been there, it's like, just, no, that was just rubbish. You knew that was the wrong call and you knew it. So, just, yeah. Yeah, but I see no reason to switch back now to the old system, the PWHL. I think we've now got a good working proper system. I think it's fine. There will be some people who will disagree, but that's good, that's fine, that's the whole point of it. Okay, we give you our side. And if you feel you've got a different side, then good. That's fine. You know, so... Yeah, so I think CSR, keep it as it is. Maybe, as Lady said, we need to look at how do we, you know, make the calls more efficient. Yeah, because that's my own issue. I've no possibility with us going to CSR alone and no coach tag. I'm fine with that. It's just the calls take forever to then sort out. And I'm thinking, what's there to deliberate? You've got all the camera angles you need. You've got more camera angles than we've got on the YouTube. So why are you taking so long to get what should be an easy call right? Why are you taking that long? Agreed? Why did... They shouldn't take that long to make what should be an easy call. It should be... Really shouldn't. No. So... at the time of it. Yeah, it needs to be like the Pyro League, where literally the charge gets made, and within say 5 or 10 seconds of the charge being made, you have a verdict. You have a verdict. The only issue I have with the system in the Pyro League is that the players just basically abuse it. Yeah, because each team in the Pyro League is only. In fact, I'll give you the facts now. Okay, I'll give you the statistics now. A bit how it works. And all the logistics of it. Yeah. So in the Pioneer Baseball League, we have what's called a strike zone challenge system that allows players to dispute ball and strike calls in real time. Powered by the track man ball tracking system. The setup allows batters, pitchers, or catchers to challenge an umpire's call within 2 seconds of the pitch by tapping their cap or helmet. Teams begin each game with 3 charges. If a charge is successful and the call is overturned, the team retains the challenge. If you lose that challenge, then you lose one of your challenges. So it's like in field hockey, if you go to bid your referral, you get it wrong, you lose your referral. Yeah. And I kid you not, guys, teams in the Pirate League is absolutely just, the players just abuse it. And they'll be like, oh, we've got 3, we may as well just use them for the like, no. I remember last season, particularly when we got to the playoffs, the amount of times they kept being used, it was absolutely just ridiculous. It's like, come on, I know it's playoff baseball, you want to get it right, but seriously, it's just taking the place, especially at that point, we go to extra innings. Yeah. In the playoffs in the Pirate League, we do not go to the knockout derby, we go to extra innings if we're still time after 9. So it's like, seriously, come on, let's not take the piss here. Yeah. But literally, it's like within 2 seconds, or 2 or 5 seconds, you've got a verdict straight away. That's what I want to see for hockey. Why are we taking so long to get... And what sounds like an eternity... Yeah, why are we taking so long to get a verdict on these calls when the challenge has been made? If the challenge has been made, let's get the verdict straight away. He's still like Pirate League, so... Yeah, anyway. Yes, I agree with that. Yeah, so... I think us 3 as a whole, just to kind of, bring this to a conclusion. Us 3 as a whole, we kind of feel like we don't have a problem with the changes that were made this season. We kind of feel that, like, go to CSR, it's more efficient, it keeps the game flowing naturally, and you get a more conclusive verdict. So, I still need to change that. What you could then do now is start having those debates in the other levels. Do you need to think about drop system or not? Because we saw how accessible coach charge was in the Olympics, so yeah. I think I would prefer if all levels of hockey just got rid of it. You just go to the situation where you need to and let the game flow because it should be. Yeah, okay. Okay. What do you guys think? Let us know. As always, we'd love to hear from you. Because this is a really big topic. You've heard our thoughts, now we'll hear from you guys. But as we all say, back to until next time, take care.